So scrolling down on the body section, if we look just underneath the heading above and below editing boxes, you see we've got here image, video, 1. So we can use videos or images here. So I'm going to be using images, but I will show you how to do a video as well. So just on a side note, we can add up to 15 rows. Okay, so in most cases in our testing we've been using 5 rows. You can use as many or as little as you want. You do, in fact, you can do it without adding a row at all, so it's entirely up to you how many you add. So first of all, for image or video 1, I'm going to click this drop down menu and select image, and then click choose a file, and I'm going to go to my little cheat folder, and I'm going to find my very first image, which I've already got prepared. So here's image number 1, so I'm just going to select that, and then I'm going to go back into that folder and just grab my text for that. Control A, Control C. Just going to grab that and drop that in, paste that in there. Okay, and then what I'm also going to do, I'm going to drop that down 2 rows, and I'm also going to insert another image, which is going to be a little icon. So I'm going to add that icon in there, and I'm going to make that 100 pixels like that. Click OK, and then let's just update this page now and have a quick look to see what that looks like, so you can see how this builds out the page. So if I do Control F5, okay, and hopefully that's gone in, and just refresh it again. Sometimes it just takes a minute to catch up. So there we go, you can see we've got our image on this side, we've got our text on this side with a little icon added in there as well. So what I'm going to do is add one more row, so you can just see that process again. So let's go add new row, so you can see we're on image or video 2. Let's go image again, choose the file, select my second image, and then I'm just going to cheat a little bit and get one that I prepared earlier. Control A, Control C. Okay, so when you actually make your page, you probably won't be pasting in HTML there. You'll just be putting your cursor in, you'll be typing out the text you want, and you'll be you know, changing the size and the font to however you want it. So I'm going to go ahead and insert another icon. So my second icon there, like that. Just change that to 100 pixels. Click OK. Okay, so let's just go ahead and save that second row there, and we'll just have a super quick look at it. I'll just have to give it a couple of seconds to catch up on the server. Okay, there we go, it's gone in now. So you can see here how we're building up this page. Now what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to pause the video and add the other rows, so you don't have to keep watching me do it again and again, but I will show you very quickly. If you want to use a video in any of these rows, you go add new row as before, and as well I just add, you can also get rid of these rows or delete them by clicking the clear row there. That will remove the row. If at any point you want to change up an image, you can just hit the little X there, you can remove the image, and then you can click choose file again, and you can replace that image as well if you wanted to change any images. So this time we're going to select video, and it asks you for the video embed URL. So I'll show you, in case you don't know how to get the video embed, you need to come across to YouTube, click this share icon there, or the share words, and then go down to embed, and this here is our embed code up here. Okay, but YouTube gives you these other options here as well, which is, I would recommend you switch these off, definitely this one, so suggested videos when it finishes, because you know, you've probably seen it before, when a YouTube video ends, it comes up with lots of thumbnails on the video, and they can click off and go and watch another video. Well, you don't really want to be distracting the people, because you know they'll go and get lost on YouTube and forget all about making the purchase. So I definitely recommend you switch off show suggested videos, and it's up to you if you want to switch off these other two. I like to switch them off because it makes it look a lot cleaner and nicer. So what that does, basically, YouTube generates you this bit of code. So by switching these on and off, just changes up this code a little bit. You can also do it manually, but we don't need to. So to get that code as well, you just click your cursor in, right click and copy, and that will highlight all of the text and copy it. Then we come back across, paste in, Control V, paste that in, and then I'll just put some test text in for video row. I'll delete this after, so let's just go ahead and click save, and we'll come back across here and give that a minute to refresh. Okay, so you can see there we've got the video row. Now, one other thing, when you embed YouTube videos, you can adjust the height and the width here by just editing the numbers here when you use your embed code. So usually, but not in this case, usually you may mess around with these numbers to change the height and the size, okay? But we've coded it so you don't need to do that. So all you need to do is grab that video embed code, and that's the same for anywhere we're using a video on this long page builder, and it will automatically give you the right size and dimensions, okay? So you don't have to mess around with that. It will fit to this size and it will work well, which is exactly the same width as the images there as well. Okay, so that's using a video row. I'm not actually going to do it on my demo page here, but in case you do want to do it. So here is how we remove a row as well. We just hit clear row, yes, remove it, and okay. Okay, and then that row, it has now disappeared. So what I'm going to do now is just pause the video. I'm going to add in my other 3 rows, and then I'll fire up the video again, and you can see with all 5 rows there. Okay guys, so I'm back. I've just added those other 3 rows. So we got row 3, row 4, and row 5 in. Okay, so like I say, you can add up to 15 rows. We have been using 5 rows, which has been working very well for us, so it's entirely up to you. And let's take a look from the top of our page. So we covered the header section with our header links, we've got our headline, we got our main product image, we've got the heading above the button, we've got our button, the heading below. Now we come into the rows and the content. So we've got our images over here on the right, we've got our text blocks over here on the left. I used an icon in there in the what you see is what you get editing box by adding an image in there as well. And then scrolling down, you can see the page is looking really nice, crisp, clean, lots of information there. Got our money back guarantee down the bottom. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I will catch you in the next video.